Hey guys, this is Trenchy here back again to bring you another video, and this time I am discussing a movie, an underrated film from 1989. I'm going to be reviewing an underrated dark comedy from 1989 starring Tom Hanks, Bruce Stern, Carrie Fisher, Wendy Shaw, Andrew DeConoma, Corey Feldman, Courtney Gaines, and Dick Miller in The Burbs from 1989. Now this is a really underrated comedy. Like fucking, this is high for me. I love this movie. I hadn't seen it in a while, and it was really fun revisiting it. And I heavily enjoyed this film. So this film's about Tom Hanks lives in a suburb. Um, and he's trying to get by, and he keeps getting he notices some weird things going on in the next door neighbor's house, the Colpacks. I think they're called the Colpacks, and between him and his buddy Art, who's kind of crazy, who shoots crows in the middle of the street with a gun. Art convinces him there's something up with that house, so him, Art, and Mr. Rumsfeld, who is this military guy that lives across the street, played by Bruce Dern, and Andrew DeConoma plays the other guy. They kind of team up to find out what's going down in this house. Are these people murderers? What's up? This is a really funny movie. I mean, Tom Hanks is excellent in the role. I mean, he should really go back to comedy because he really kills it, especially with the slapstick. I mean, the man is fantastic at slapstick comedy. And his freakouts are great. I still give his best freak out is fucking A League of Our Own. But this is still fantastic. Bruce Dern's fucking awesome as Rumsfeld. He's my favorite character of it. I just love how he's this military guy who's fucking kind of crazy and just ready to take these killers down, find proof, and take them down. And he's treating this like a war. And he's kind of as scary because he's kind of unhinged. So he's kind of as scary as these people. He's kind of scarier than these people across the street. You also got like Courtney Gaines in this is playing fucking one of the family of the neighbors who's suspected to be a killer, and he actually his first acting role was Malachi in Children of the Corn, so that's a cool connection there. I like that. Art's just funny. Art, I love Arch just shooting guns in the middle of the street, and then he comes in and starts eating all the food of Tom Hanks' house. Fucking, Carrie Fisher's brilliant as the wife of Tom Hanks, like telling him to chill and shit. You also got Corey Feldman in there as Ricky. Who's just watching all of this. He just observes everything and throws parties. like he sees the neighbors doing this ridiculous shit, and instead of taking his girlfriend on a date to the movies, he's like, let's just sit on my porch and see what the neighbors will do. He's fucking fantastic. He's fucking fantastic. I mean, I'm kind of rambling, but I love this movie. I mean, it's just a great setup, like, cause you never know what your neighbors are up to, and there can be, even in quiet towns, shit goes down, so I like how they play on that, like, neighbors that are a little odd, and then they automatically jump to their killers, and if they are, or if they're not, well, I'll leave you to watch the movie to find out, but, I just love the play on that, for sure. Like I said, the characters are zany and over the top. Like Art and Rumsfeld especially, and even Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman definitely overacts a little in this film, but it works. It works to the tone of the film, and that's why I love this film. Is over the top in the best way. It's over the top, zany, very Looney Tunesy, like when people get shocked, or like in slapstick comedy, of course, like when people get hurt or like blow up and shit. They're not dead, they're not hurt, but they're like funny hurt. They're like dizzy and shit, and it's all cartoon violence, which is always fantastic. Um, I love like the horror connections. Tom Hanks at one point is watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, while he's flipping through the channels. And there was another one. The Exorcist. He also stumbles upon The Exorcist as well, because I think the neighbors are Satanists, and he ends up there's one horror movie on I didn't recognize, and it was The Exorcist, and it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Um, and then he has a dream involving a chainsaw. Um, like I said, this movie's just fucking funny, man. Just really well done. The pacing's really good. I mean, there's some good cinematography shots. It was directed by Joe Dante, which I love Joe Dante. He gave us Gremlins and Small Soldiers and The Howling. Like, he's done a bunch of shit. A lot of it starring Corey Feldman and Dick Miller. Because Dick Miller is in this as well, as a cameo as a trash man, which is fantastic. He's just playing Dick Miller, just yelling at everybody. And then him and Bruce Dern get like a little bit. And it's funny because they see one of the neighbors bring out the trash and slam it down, so they think there's something in the trash. They see it do it in the middle of the night, so they're like dumping they're gonna catch it in the morning, but they're too late and the trash man's already there. So they're grabbing the trash out of the truck and dumping it in the street, and then yelling at Dick Miller that it's his job to pick it up. And Dick Miller's yelling at them like, "Nah, man, why are you dumping my trash in the street?" It's just brilliant. It's fucking brilliant, and it's funny because the trash stays in the middle of the street most of the movie. It's still there for like days after this incident happens. It's like the fucking trash is still in the middle of the street, and I just think that's hilarious. This movie just hits all the bars. I mean, it hits all the levels. I think what makes a great fun movie, a great comedy. I mean, I laughed throughout. I highly enjoyed, and this was a great revisit. I just had a lot of fun with this fucking movie. And plus, what's great about this is we've all met, like, these are obviously over-the-top versions, but we've all met watered-down versions of these type of people. Like, the old guy who trains his dog to poop on the other person's lawn because he wants the perfect lawn. The crazy military guy who's watching everybody and suspicious of everybody, and it goes out in the street and yells at people and shit. The fucking guy that just invades your privacy 24/7 and is just fucking, eats all your food and talks your ear off about nonsense. Or the young kid checking out the neighbor's wife and just like kind of just chilling and throwing parties in the neighborhood and acting like one of the adults. It's like we've all seen archetypes of these people in real life, just not as high as they are here. The angry garbage men, like, who hate their lives, like, or the two garbage men who argue and shit. We've all seen some type of this dynamic before, even if they're not garbage men. We've seen these dynamics in real life. And if you live in suburbia, which I've lived in the suburbs, and I've lived in the city, I lived in the suburbs, and it's funny because in the suburbs where I live now, we're kind of that odd family. We're like the odd bunch out that don't really fuck with people. It's like, it's funny because these people. You do. At the end of the day, man, I've been thinking about it a lot. I give the Burbs a 10. I mean, after this revisit, this movie's a 10. For sure. This is a brilliant, fun, a totally 80s comedy. Joe Dante hit all the marks. You know, you got some great actors in there. Fucking Courtney Gaines in a great role. Fucking the guy, if it was Anthony Dumakane in a great role. Fucking Carrie Fisher killing it. Tom Hanks killing it. Dick Miller killing it. Fucking Bruce Stern killing. Everybody kills this movie. They just bring out their like some of their best performances. Like this might be some of my favorite. Like out of these actors' career, this might be some of my favorite characters they have played. I'll have to do a top 10 for sure. Maybe I do want to do like a top 10 characters for like actors like in the future, not movies. I'll do a top 10 movies for sure as well. But I want to do one for just characters cuz I love so many actors in this movie have played other characters I've loved, and I would like to highlight some characters cuz these were brilliant characters that I got really invested in and I went on the journey with, and I laughed at them. I just love these characters, but I also were rooting for them. It's just this movie's so fucking good, man, and I know I'm just ranting at this point, but it's just so fucking good, and I'm glad I revisited this because it's fucking fantastic. It's a brilliant movie. You gotta check out The Burbs. I mean, if you like dark comedies, you like horror movies, you like comedies, if you like Joe Dante, this is a Joe Dante classic right here. This is like this is definitely one of the best Joe Dante films, for sure. I mean, if I gotta say his best, I'm gonna give it to Gremlins, but this is up there for sure. This is fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna stop gushing now. This is a great movie. I give it a 10. I highly recommend The Burbs. You guys have a great day. Stay frosty. This is Trenchy signing off. Beep bop boop.